Hello and welcome. Today, we're going to talk about something that gets right to the heart of being a caregiver for someone with ALS. We're talking about the never-ending challenge of meals, and more importantly, how you can build a system that truly supports you through it all.
Wow. I mean, this quote, it hits home for so many caregivers. You're dealing with all the medical stuff, the emotional weight of ALS, and yet it's often these small daily tasks that can push you right over the edge. It's that constant decision-making, that fatigue, piled on top of absolutely everything else. But here's the thing, and this is the hopeful part. That feeling of being totally overwhelmed doesn't have to be the whole story. Your friends, your family, your neighbors, they really, truly want to help. So the real question becomes, how do you actually harness all that good intention and turn it into practical, sustainable support that you can count on?
Okay, so to get to the solution, we've got to get real about the problem first. It's about really understanding these specific burdens, the ones that nobody talks about, that go way beyond the medical chart.
And that's exactly what this is all about. It's not just the cooking itself, it's the mental load, the planning, the shopping, the prepping, day in, day out. And let's be honest, there's another layer here, right? It can feel so hard to ask for help, like you're admitting you can't handle it. But this part of caregiving is one of the most draining, and it's also one of the most solvable.
And these numbers, they really paint a clear picture, don't they? You've got this dual challenge. On one side, there's the direct medical need. A huge 85% of patients will eventually have trouble swallowing, which makes meal prep incredibly complex. And on the other side, you've got this heartbreaking emotional toll. A staggering 70% of caregivers say they feel isolated. Any good solution has to tackle both of these head-on.
So that's where this idea of a lifeline comes in. It's all about taking that general, let me know if you need anything, offer from your community and forging it into something that's organized, reliable, and actually powerful.
And these are the tools that make it happen. You might have heard them called MealTrains. Basically, they're simple websites or apps that act like a shared calendar for help. They transform that chaotic storm of text messages into a simple, predictable schedule of support.
All right, so let's get into the good stuff. Choosing the right tool for the job. We're going to walk through 3 of the very best options out there, specifically looking at them through the lens of the long-term, evolving needs that come with an ALS journey.
Okay, first up is MealTrain. Think of this one as your simple, straight-to-the-point powerhouse. Its whole reason for being is just to get meals organized with as little hassle as humanly possible.
And here's what makes it so great, specifically for ALS care. You can clearly list those critical dietary needs, soft foods, puree, you name it, and update them as things change. That one-time $10 plus upgrade, it's a total game changer. It lets you schedule multiple small meals a day, which is often essential. Plus, the donation button and the automatic reminders just make life easier for everyone. So what's the trade-off? Well, its biggest pro is that it's just so easy to use, which means more people in your circle are actually going to sign up and use it. The main downside is the free version only lets you do 1 meal a day, and you have to use it on a web browser because there's no dedicated mobile app.
All right, next on our list is Lotsa Helping Hands. This is the one you turn to when you realize you need help with a lot more than just dinner. This is less of a meal train and more of a whole community builder.
You see, this tool really blows the doors off what we mean by help. The calendar isn't just for meals. It's for rides to the clinic, for someone to watch the kids, or even for you to get a few hours of respite care. That well wishes board is a direct hit against that feeling of isolation. And being able to set up recurring requests, that is perfect for the long haul of ALS.
So the big win here? It's totally free, and it offers this incredible all-around support system. The flip side is that with all those features, the interface can feel a bit busy, and it doesn't have that super convenient built-in donation feature like MealTrain does.
And last but not least, let's talk about the new kid on the block, SupportNow. This is the modern, adaptable option that feels like it was designed specifically for the unpredictable nature of an illness like ALS.
You know, the name of the game with this one is flexibility. You make your own categories, meals, chores, whatever you need. As dietary needs shift from solids to liquids, you just edit the description. It's that simple. The gift card wish list is brilliant for getting exactly what you need, and that anonymous sign-up option, that might be just the push a shy neighbor needs to jump in and help.
So to sum it up, it's free, it looks great, and it's super flexible. The main trade-off is just that it's newer, so it doesn't have the huge built-in audience of the others yet. And, like MealTrain, it doesn't have its own mobile app just yet.
Okay, we've talked features, specs, all that stuff. But what does this actually do for you?
What's the real-world impact on your life, your time, and your wallet? Let's look at the numbers. Let this sink in for a second. 156 hours. Just by getting help with 3 meals a week, you get back the equivalent of nearly 4 full 40-hour work weeks. That's not just some abstract number. That's time to sit with your loved one without worrying about what's on the stove. It's time to take a nap. It's time to just breathe.
And then there's the money, which, let's be honest, is a huge deal. Between the groceries you don't have to buy and the small donations that often come in through these apps, you're looking at nearly $7,000 a year. That's money for a copay, for a piece of equipment, or just for easing some of that financial pressure that hangs over everything.
And this is really the bottom line right here. For a lot of families, the out-of-pocket costs for ALS care can easily hit $15,000 a year or more. A system like this can offset almost half of that. We're not just talking about getting a night off from cooking. This is a legitimate financial strategy.
But you know, as huge as the time and the money are, the biggest impact, it goes way deeper than that. This is about completely changing the very nature of the support you get.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. Host a party? Are you kidding me? I can barely keep my head above water. But trust me on this one. This is how you shift from having a list of volunteers to having a connected, resilient team. When people meet each other, they put a face to a name on the calendar. They realize they're part of something bigger, and pretty soon, they start coordinating with each other. They become a self-sustaining circle of care.
Because that's what this is all about, isn't it? It's the end game. When people feel like they belong, they're not just dropping off a casserole anymore. They are showing up for people they care about, as part of a community that has decided to carry the weight together. And that changes everything.
So I want to leave you with this final thought. Using these tools, asking for this kind of help, it isn't a sign of weakness. It is an act of incredible leadership. You are organizing your greatest asset, your community, to create a system of care that can last. You are leading them, and in doing so, you're allowing them to show up for you in the most meaningful way possible.